Born in Washington, D.C. in 1870, Albert's immediate family had mental issues and alcohol problems. Albert's father died at age 5, and his mother was forced to work, but could not care for him. Albert was sent to an orphanage where he saw many boys whipped, and it took root to his head. Albert Pysch was a pedophile, child molester, serial killer, and cannibal. Albert admitted to molesting 400 children and tortured and killed many others. Albert was found guilty in court for the murders of the following 6 children, but there were thought to be many more: Frances Donnell, Emma Richardson, Billy Gaffney, Grace Budd, Emile Elang, Robin Jane Liu, Yetta Abramowitz, Mary Ellen O'Connor, and Benjamin Collins. Each victim was raped, tortured, and killed. Albert's most famous murder was the murder of 9-year-old Grace Budd. 7 years after the murder, he sent this letter to her family. This letter led the police to find Albert Pysch.
My dear Mrs. Budd, I call on you at 406 West 15th Street. Brought you pot cheese, strawberries. We had lunch. Grace sat in my lap and kissed me. I made up my mind to eat her on the pretense of taking her to a party. You said yes, she could go. I took her to an empty house in Westchester I had already picked out. When we got there, I told her to remain outside. She picked wildflowers. I went upstairs and stripped all my clothes off. I knew if I did not, I would get her blood on them. When all was ready, I went to the window and called her. Then I hid in a closet until she was in the room. When she saw me all naked, she began to cry and tried to run downstairs. I grabbed her and she said she would tell her mama. First I stripped her naked. How she did kick, bite, and scratch. I choked her to death, then cut her in small pieces so I could take my meat to my rooms, cook and eat it. How sweet and tender her little ass was roasted in the oven. It took me 9 days to eat her entire body. I did not fuck her, though I could have had I wished. She died a virgin.
Pysch was caught thanks to the letter that he sent to Miss Budd. Police tracked the letter down to his current home at the time. He immediately confessed to many other murders upon arrest. Albert was sentenced to be executed in the electrical chair. To this day, he is one of the oldest men to ever be executed this way. Albert said, "What a thrill that will be if I to die in the electrical chair. It will be a supreme thrill, the only one I haven't tried."